This one has the Cobra on. This right here. Here you go. Now let me focus on it. All right, Red Tees fans, it's January 10th. The S-Adapt is dropping. It's heading down to Carlsbad, California for a driver fitting today with my friend Ari. We're gonna go to Cobra. Ari's looking to get a new DS Adapt driver. He's gonna get a fitting. He's really liking his TaylorMade burner, and you're not even interested in the QI35. Man's not interested. He just wants a Cobra DS Adapt.
So obviously I saw you hit the irons, but what's the flight with driver look like for you? Let's just say when you're hitting it well and any particular miss, like I feel like you hit it high, low, mid?
When I'm hitting it well, it's just straight.
Straight?
I don't really curve it too much.
Okay.
If I'm hitting it well.
Pretty straight, and then any particular miss, left, right, consistently?
It used to be the full hook, but now it's kind of that.
Just high, spinny, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not really like a slice, but
Just, yeah, more pushy, kind of. I just want to see. 15 heavier gram up front. Yeah, that's good.
you'll see, like, that's hard to beat.
Okay. All right. 4 driver heads this year. There's the, players drivers with a lot of speed, kind of between LS and X. LS is our lowest spin model, most tour style fade bias club. And then we go to the X. That's kind of our neutral players driver. For better players, maybe a little draw bias. For the average player, pretty neutral. The newest one, we had a Max driver last year. It's only 3 heads. We broke it apart. We have the Max K this year. That's our 10,000 plus MOI driver. That's kind of big talk in golf, right? It's the most stable driver. A little bit more upright than the X, a little bit maybe higher spin profile. And then the Max D, that's our most draw bias head, really just catered to go left. So I think kind of what you're playing already, your driver's spinny, but it also is, you take it out of play because it's just missing right a lot and fighting it. So I think we start kind of somewhere in the middle here, K and X.
Okay.
I don't think we need to go Max D.
Yep.
I think we'll get the correction right that you have with the issue with your driver without it.
Okay.
And yeah, let's see it.
Let's try it.
We'll start X and go from there.
Okay.
What loft was that on the QI?
It's 9, but
Let's loft it up.
I feel like I used to play the 10 way better.
I'll start 10.5. We'll probably go weight up on the X then versus weight back just to kind of lower the spin since I think you were a little spinny with the driver.
What shaft are you going to start with?
I'm going to start you with yours just so you're kind of most similar in the feel. Just to kind of test one thing at a time. I don't want to make too many changes at once. That way if something does change, we know why it happened. So same shaft. X 10.5, weight forward. A1 on the Future Fit protocol for us. Just starting everyone A1 just to see with each model because there's 4 different heads. They all have different lie angles. They all have different CG locations, different spin profiles. We want to start A1 and then we adjust from there. Good start. How'd that feel?
Okay, I felt comfortable. Felt very comfortable. Like I just didn't think about it. I went and hit it, and it kind of went where I wanted.
Yep. Ultimately, I'm here to give you the club that you're comfortable with.
Yep.
That's why we always ask questions, how does it feel, how's it look,
Yep.
Shaft or head. You have to like how it is and be confident because you're the one making the golf swing. Otherwise, all I can really do is just go off of the numbers and then just be a kind of data person. Compared to your burner, you can see similar ball speed and it's really straight. Obviously, you want to start seeing ball speed go up. People ask all the time, what's, perfect launch spin? Driver, I'll give them pretty broad ranges, 10 to 15, 2 to 3,000 spin. The way we can simplify, are you optimized, is land angle here, or descent angle as GC quad. So see how your 2 good strikes, 43.5, 43.5? So that's a little too high. So on a driver, it's the only one I probably want under 40. Mid to high 30s is optimal. If you ever, the way to kind of picture it is, when you had a hose, right, water, and you kind of messing with trajectory, and there's that perfect little trajectory that gets the water to go the absolute furthest. That's kind of what we're after. Right now, you're too high, it's falling short. You're getting decent carry, but we could get more distance total. especially when this is what we're trying to beat and it's doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So then why do it, right? So let's go K just to show you a different head shape.
Okay. Cool. It just feels better.
Yeah. You're a little alt in, that's why I think your miss when the face doesn't get shut in time is probably a little spinny, right?
Okay.
So 10,000 plus MOI. Yeah, I'm good. Heely.
Yeah, I came out of it.
Yeah. So a little spinny because you hit it kind of low heel. We know that's going to curve up and spin more, right? To see 42 ball speed and honestly 26, right? So you're more in play versus 48, right? And then your driver, 45, 50 as well.
It's just something in the dress is weird.
Let's do this. I feel like you said you like a little flatter angle.
Yeah.
I know you missed right, which flat generally makes it go more right, but let's just give you the visual of a little flatter. Honestly, I think the X is still probably a good spot for you because I think it's all we're really trying to do is go lower. This one, I think you're kind of fighting a little lie angle, but let's do one more and then we'll go back to the X.
Well, it performs better though.
This one? Yeah. Yeah, so sometimes when the CG's that far back, I've had players where they lose feel of the face. Here's my conundrum. The X, we just need to go lower loft, start dialing in a little further, it's pretty good. I feel like you're feeling like you're kind of strikes a little missing kind of both ways and just kind of feeling it out. Here's my other issue is the efficiency is great, but you're swinging it slower. So sometimes the K drivers, they're heavy, so it makes them stable.
This is the K?
Yeah. I would say let's go back to the X. We can maybe stay in a 10 degree and either put the weight forward, or if we like the feeling of the weight back in the head, like the heavier gram weight in the back, then we probably just need to de-loft you down to 9. Wait, where do you have the weight forward? I'm gonna go 9 degree. My only worry about LS is you say your miss has been right. Like future fit, we can obviously always change as your swing changes to let drivers fit you no matter what you're doing. But I just worry about, okay, if you miss a little Healy, you cut it naturally. So let's at least try to get this X.
So this is the first one.
Yeah, just going to 9 degree head instead of 10.5.
Yep.
So your launch is high, spin's high. We're not trying to separate, we're trying to bring both down. So just loft is the easiest way to do it.
That's maybe like a little weaker on the grip, so it looks better addressed.
Yeah, well this is a lie angle, so basically, flatter, more toe down or more upright toe up. So we know it does influence, left to right start lines and dispersions. This kind of nuance of club fitting and collaborating with the player is for him, seeing that toe more down flatter gives him the confidence to, get that face shut, not fear going left, and maybe that's ultimately what helps him, not have the right miss. Give me 1 second there, Ari. Yeah, like that's the drop kick kind of one you hit earlier, and to see it not go way left because it stays up more. I don't see an LS being better because you're already hitting up, and we know you kind of get a little shallow sometimes on it.
Yeah,
LS, I'm worried about. You could have the right miss spinny, and you could also have the low dive left. Like that was, I could hear ground drop kick. That stays in play. Good. I think the last two is your true swings. You're not like having to feel like you're manipulating or doing anything different. So let me adjust the club for you on that. Because here's your last two swings, and this is versus yours. The X was already good. That's a better driver though. That's, going down in loft, it's a little flatter to where you feel like visually it aligns the way you want, but also you don't fear the left.
Yeah.
We go from, lower ball speed because we're not getting the efficiency out of it, too high launch and spin. So now we have a driver that still optimized for flight, but is beating it. Ball speed's always your quickest way, right, to hit it farther. Give me one last one with this setup, and then we'll take a little break and maybe start talking on shaft. Maybe something this firm, and extra stiff. Maybe that's why it feels a little weird. And a mini, it's a little shorter. Your control club probably get.
It's like just a little too stiff.
Is that what the feel is? Blue Ventus is a little softer. TR is kind of firmer everywhere, especially in the handle. So.
It's still Velocor Ventus too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Any like vintage shaft from Fuji, if it has Velocor on it, it's a real one. Let's see if it helps you with that strike and just consistency and see a strike and feel.
Oh, way easier, yeah.
So this is the only thing though, if it gets softer, see how that was back to your right miss and you weren't doing that? That's where maybe we start saying you don't need flat setting. That was also a different swing though. That was less down on it.
Okay.
That's kind of back to some of your other metrics that you used to have. We're going softer, and I understand like why, like feel-wise, but I'm a little worried about if the shaft gets too soft for you. We've already seen high right, and then your immediate reaction to being kind of a pull.
Yeah, I can feel it opening.
Yeah, so to me, shaft timing, besides strike and feel, yeah, it's face going high right and then pull left. That tells me like we're not on that timing. I think you're just maybe also at a point like swing-wise, maybe you're caught in between a few things, and then that's why the mini, you have the shorter club, your low point controls better. Kind of fits you now. This driver has it right now. Let's do this. I'm gonna go, because you play still, like, have you always played X in the?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm down to try whatever.
Well, because if I go stiffer profile, right, so firmer in the midsection, like a black or like a whiteboard, vintage black or like a whiteboard from Diamana, you could get away with stiff. Like, you're swinging fast, but it's right, you're low hundreds. That's still kind of stiff. It's on the faster side, so I don't want to go super heavy to hold dispersion.
Yeah.
Then we slow down, and then same thing. What's the point compared to the mini? Yes, let's go black, and then we'll go just a little bit softer. We'll go down to stiff.
The blue's extra stiff?
Yeah, that's what yours is. Yeah, and then I went to
black
soft.
is stiff.
Well, no, black is just they have an X. I'm just putting you into the stiff flex of it. Yeah.
I like that a lot more.
It's a different profile. Blue is a softer midsection shaft, and so I'm looking at kind of your speed, probably right between stiff and extra stiff, but I'm looking at your tempo, how you load the shaft. That to me screams more of a shaft that is firmer throughout to kind of hold up with what you naturally do. Because we went from TR Blue to regular blue, and that's softer, right? And you started kind of losing strike and losing your high right, left, heel strike. Like, that tells me going softer is not necessarily better. We just need to change profiles a little bit. Yeah, like that one, you look like the same high right miss that you've been doing, and to see it, not go offline as much, and you hit it 260 right side of the fairway. But the blue, these are your good ones, and they're going more left. And then your bad ones were getting kind of really low left. And then that's the one that looks like it's hard left, and it's up in the air, and it's straight. And
It actually let my body clear something about this. I felt like it.
this is pretty heavy, pretty firm,
This
stiff.
is heavier than the blue, not that, but the other blue one I used.
Same weight, just different profile. Just blue is a softer mid. That is all. Now this is stiff flex, because since we're going to a firmer shaft, and you said you don't want overly stiff, I went down a flex just to kind of offset it. That's the same heel miss. So you just gave me every miss that you're showing me with the other ones, and they're all better. Push one right, it was less offline and further. You pulled one left, it kept spin on it, went further. You heeled it, kept on line, went further. So now, last test is center it, see what happens. That's not a miss, that's just sounded beat. Yeah, there you go. And I have nothing to change on that. We can maybe use different CGs to change flight or dispersion, but we're not gonna change anything else. You're getting the right flight, it's straight, your misses are good. Just give me one more here. That sounded good. How was that strike?
This is way better.
Yeah.
Gotta work on the swing, but
Yeah.
I'm not missing it.
No. And when you do, they're better. Yeah, this is 10, 15 longer. Your flight's optimized. You get used to it. Your club head speed because of the longer shaft. Right now it's similar, like 143, but His efficiency's down to 142. That means he's still missing it a little bit.
So we thought you were going to be hitting it like 290, you know?
No bueno. Not 290, unfortunately.
Yeah. But you were hitting it straight. Like, I think you have a driver you can play now.
Yeah, straighter, definitely straighter.
You're going to get the shaft as well?
Yeah, of course.
All right, we are exiting beautiful Cobra Golf, ladies and gentlemen. The sun's setting. I got to hit the driver 3 times.
Wow. That's great. Are you kidding me?
I got a few swings down when I got out there, right?
What do you mean? That's as good as it gets. I didn't hit longer than that. 267.